Hi, Paula. Wonderful to
Hello,
meet you.
Els. How are you?
So, what are we going to do?
Today we're talking about principle three, giving and receiving are the same. And like we did previously, you in your book have summarized the message of principle three into 10 key points. And for the benefit of this, we're just going to read out three of those. And the first one is giving and receiving are a continuous movement in the universe, even if you're not aware of it. The generous oneness of life itself is available to everyone. It only needs the willingness to be received. And the third one is the desire to truly give is fulfilled by the willingness to truly receive. Mm, it's really nice to hear that. Um, So, Els, I'm going to start by talking about the material world that we live in, that's sort of based around scarcity. There's not enough, more is better, and what can we do about it anyway? Um, and in your book, you used a term of fearful existence, where having seems to be the mantra of this materialistic of our materialistic ways. I'm just wondering, what advice do you have for someone who is too afraid to give or, to give for fear of losing what they have?
Yes, it's a lovely question because last
Mm.
Sunday I gave a lecture and there was a lady and she said, "I'm afraid that I will have not enough money when I bring a change in my working situation." And I asked her, and she was, I think, 60. I asked her, "Have you ever experienced a shortage for living?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Well, what happened? Did you live on the street?" "No," she said, "my parents gave me money." So I said, "So you haven't had a shortage?" "Yes, but it came from my parents and they are dead, so it will not happen again." So there is no shortage. And in a way, we think we have a shortage. And that's amazing how we make ourselves frightful with thinking, and we can go broke in our thinking, and we can get back on track in our thinking, and in a half a minute or in a minute, and nothing happened, in the material world. So
Yes.
so we are afraid of thoughts uh, more than we are afraid of what really happens, because when it is there, we find a
Mm.
way to deal with it. But in
Yeah.
our mind, we frighten ourselves. So here again, it works the same way. You can say you will go broke if you change your job. Can you absolutely know that it is true? No, I cannot, but I can't know that it isn't true, she said. And well, yes, that's true. But I hear you only give yourself half what is possible and not the whole thing that is possible. And you just don't know, and you have never experienced shortage in your life up till now. And when you had, you got money from people. So you even don't know what you're talking about. So, well, this fear of our thoughts, that keeps us away from acting and from living our life in our fullest possibility.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And also of receiving too, perhaps, or like someone who's afraid of receiving.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
yeah.
When I think that giving and receiving in material world, that when I give, I have to receive something, then I maybe don't want to receive things because I think I have to give things then to maybe that person, and I don't want to do it. So when I think receiving gives me an obligation to return things, then it's difficult to receive. But when you can when you realize that in oneness, giving and receiving is the same. In oneness, it's just one movement in giving and receiving. And when I come from essence and from oneness, it's just very normal. And when I have that, when I can keep that in mind, I know that in the material world, it could be like I help somebody here, and then in another form, somebody helps me.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we see that happen a lot of times. I
Yeah.
help somebody cross a road, and when I break my leg, somebody else helps me to cross a road. So
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It
so
comes back.
it comes back. Yes, it
Yeah.
comes
Yeah.
back in
Yeah.
another form or in the same
Yes.
form, but it's not bound to that person. So can I receive and really feel what an offer it is that people want to do me that pleasure, or want to do me that joy, or want to give me that help.
Mhm.
And it's
Mhm.
it's an art. Receiving is an art. And when I
Yes.
when I'm able to receive, I'm truly able to give without expectations from someone else. I always say, some people say, I can only give, I can't receive. And I say, well, start giving then without another one knowing you were the one giving.
Mm.
So you start
Mm.
giving and you seal your lips and you take it into your grave, and you will never tell it it was you who gave it. And when that's a joy for you, then you know you can really give.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Ponder on that one.
Yeah, when you
Um,
don't want when you don't want the credits for it, you know?
yes. Yeah. 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 No, I
So
get that.
because when you want the credits for it, you are playing the same game.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you expect something back. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Whether it be, yeah.
Yeah.
Els, I've come to understand that my thoughts shape my reality, and sharing them tends to make them even stronger, whether it be, better or worse, negative or positive. And, what I give out there, I get back, whether it be love or judgments. And so when it comes to practicing giving and receiving, how do you let go of your opinions, your interpretations, and that wanting to be right, that ego mind, I say?
Yeah, well, first you can see, or you can look, what does my opinion offer me? Because it offers you something, your opinion, and it offers mostly pain and stress and
Mm.
fear and things that are uncomfortable. So you first have to make a decision that it maybe is possible that you don't see things as they are. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
you really have to have the willingness to be
Mm.
open to that you can be mistaken.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
when something occurs, you exactly know who to call to get right, or
Mm.
who to call to be happy. Because I think the best thing can happen to me when I'm angry at someone and I have statements, is that somebody doesn't give me a right, doesn't say you are right. Because
Yeah.
when I'm right, I'm stuck. I'm
Yeah.
stuck in my story, and
Yes.
things will not change, and it will be a frightened world. So I always hope to meet people who don't say I'm right.
Yeah.
This,
Yeah.
so when you have the willingness to see that it is possible that you are mistaken, when you
Mm.
really are open to that, in every situation, you will find yourself that you get more loose from the situation, so you get your own life back. It's not
Yeah.
always clung to all these stories, to all these other
Yes.
people, and
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
yeah, well, you find yourself back, and then you can find out if it is lovely to be with yourself or not.
Yeah.
It's time to change
Yes.
your
Yeah. Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you can feel that. So family could be a good area to start practicing on there,
Oh,
or
that's the university of practicing
yeah.
family. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, friends
Exactly.
okay and neighbors okay, but family is the university.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Politics, maybe not.
Well, well,
Mhm.
when you feel that there comes a change in you,
Yeah.
um, there comes more room and your heart opens and there comes gracefulness.
Mm.
And in this
Mm.
gracefulness, you can look at politics and you can see what people do and still feel gracefulness. Still,
Mm.
because when gracefulness lives here, you will perceiving a world in a more graceful way. So you will be more open to the idea that it could be that people just are mistaken or just don't know, just are in a phase where you know yourself very well from another moment in your life, that it's, well, that it's just what it is. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
we have to wait for ourselves until we are ready to change, and everybody goes in their own pace, so
Mm.
we
Mhm.
can't push them, we can't drag them, and when this insight is there in me, then grace comes up and I can be more
Mhm.
graceful and I will be easier to deal with for others. And so that people can become my friend, and that I can
Yeah.
be their friend. And it's
Yeah.
easier to do business with friends than with enemies.
Yeah, yeah, true. And the thought came to mind there where you've said in the past, oh, that's how they do it. Just to
Yes,
think, yeah,
yes,
oh,
yes,
that's how they do it.
yes.
Okay.
Until they change or not,
Yes. Yeah,
as
yeah.
I
That's how.
did. Yes, yes, absolutely.
Uh, Alice, the next question I have is like sometimes when we give love, it's mixed up with expectations. Like we're hoping for something in return, and even if we don't realize that. But in your book, you've written that someone who believes they know what love should look like can become like an inquisitor, measuring love against rigid standards. Um, could you say more about what you mean by that, especially in light of the idea, of giving and receiving, are actually one and the same?
Yeah, well, love is all-encompassing. Love is non-personal. Love is uh, just what is. Love is what everyone is.
Mm.
So it is. Love is not. You can't box love. You can't say I love this person and I don't love that person, because when you don't love that person, you don't love this person, because
Yeah.
it's not possible to be, well, you can say it, but it's all conditional love. Yeah, and
Yeah.
conditional love is no love. Conditional love is boxing people, is
Mm.
morality, is it's the opposite of freedom, it's the opposite of openness. And you can see it, I think you can see it in sectors. Do you call it sectors, or
Yeah.
well, and it's not it's not uh, it's not that people are bad or are guilty, because I
Mm.
think we all have a phase in our life where we think what love is, but it's never, you can never define it and make it small, because it's oneness and it's a non-personal I is the love. So
Mm.
it's so much more than the well, it's lovely that, of course, have a relationship and you love your partner, but
Mm.
it is nice when you love, when you have a bond, and not when you have like thing where a dog walks on. How you call it?
Yes, yeah, like a rope around or
Like
a
a
noose.
rope, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Love, like a bond. You are free and you are both happy to be in the relationship
yeah,
in an open and in an without fear. But when
yes,
fear is in the relationship, it's no love. It's not about love. It's about fear, and we call it
yeah,
love. Yeah.
yeah. Like expectations when you
Yes,
have
like expectation.
unrealistic
You should do
expectations.
this, and you should do
Yeah,
that, and you
yeah.
don't behave like this, and yeah.
Mm, yeah, yeah.
And it's a mistake when I think that.
It's what, sorry?
A mistake.
Yeah, yes, yeah, yeah,
It's not
definitely.
guilt. You are not guilty when you are mistaken, but it's just not what love is.
Yeah, yes, yeah. And you just haven't found that out yet in your experience, perhaps, in your process, in your own
Yes,
process.
yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah. Els, the last question I have for you was just about that idea that love is never wasted. I love this, and you've touched on it already a little bit, but how that even unreceived love still exists
Yes.
somewhere. That just, yeah, it just struck a chord with me. And you described it as a kind of distribution station. And so I just thought, oh yeah, it's like what I picture Google Cloud, up there in the yeah.
Yes.
Anyway,
Because
um,
yeah, okay,
yeah.
go on.
No, just wondering if you could talk more about that, what you mean by that about that love always moving and even if you're not aware of it.
Well,
Um,
it's very simple. For example, a parent who loves the child and the child says, "I don't am your child anymore." The parent still feels love, and the child rejects it, but the love is still there,
Yes.
and it
Yeah.
waits
Yeah.
on a welcome,
Yeah.
and it comes or it doesn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
and so every loving thought, all the love there is, the unconditional love. Uh,
Yes.
However it appears, it can appear in many, many, many forms, is still available.
Yeah.
And can I, and that's why receiving is an interesting thing, can I receive it without thinking I have to earn it, I have to return it, I have to do my best, I have
Yeah.
to give things before I can receive it. So, am I open, just open for essence, open for the universe that is a big love
Mm.
appearance, a big love. It's just
Yeah.
love. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Because that often happens in our upbringings is that we do have conditional love a lot of the time is that you're expected to do good and then receive that love, whether it be at school or things around the home and so we are kind of conditioned into that, aren't we? That,
When I had a lot of children here who were complaining about the love of their parents, and I say, what did they give you? What did they give you? What you haven't seen? And then they started. They gave me food. They gave me shelter. They gave me a bed. They gave me this
yes,
this little dress, and they gave me and it's like they hear it for the first time. But
yeah,
the
yes, just don't
they didn't
realize
give me the love in the way I wanted it. Oh well, okay. Yeah.
expectation.
But have you seen what was there? Because
Mm,
you know, a dog cannot meow. And
yes,
when you want from a dog the love like a meow, you will not get it. A dog can bark. So the dog's bark will be the love. And the cat will give you a meow. It will not bark to you. So when you ask from your parents that they should meow instead of barking when they are dogs, or the other way around,
yeah,
you will never ever find love.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it was there but you couldn't understand it.
yes, yeah,
Because you wanted to meow and it was a bark.
yes, yeah. No, great, great analogy. Yeah, thank you for that. Elsa, I just had one last question. That deeper sense of unity, having and are. I came across that in your book, and I can't. I hear have and are identical, and I just wondered. and that's talking about unity there. I wondered if you could explain that a little bit more.
You say have and are.
Mm.
Yes. Well, we think some. I always say, how do you think? Do you think you can own a pound? How do you own a pound or a euro? How? For God's sake, you can have it in your purse, but you own it. How do you own it? Unity, that's what you own because that's what you are. But you are not a euro and you are not a pound. You are not your house. How could you own it? And of course, there's a law that says you own it, but how? It's
Yeah.
not you. You is what you own. That's your essence. That's
Mm.
what you own. But even your body, you don't own it. It just goes its own way. It
Yeah.
gives you pleasure, it gives you stress, it gives you uncomfort, it gives you everything. And mostly in a way you don't like it, or
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
you like it, but
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
you can't even own you can't own you even don't own your body. How would you want to
Yeah.
own something? You
Yeah.
can sit on it, yes, but you still don't own it. You can eat
Yeah.
it, but it will come out.
Yeah. It's like land ownership, isn't it, too? It's sort
Yes,
of that whole, we're just caretakers of the land, really.
yes,
We're not,
yes.
yeah,
You can't own it. What you own is what you are. And are
yeah.
you willing to own what you are? That's your essence. And you don't
Mm.
have to pay for it. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to whatever. You just are what you are. And that's
Yeah.
essence. And that's love.
Mm. Yeah. Beautiful way to end that one.
Okie
Giving and
dokie.
receiving are the same. Yeah. Thank you, Els.
See you next time. Bye
See you next
bye.
time. Bye bye.